Welcome back. It is week 24 in the books, 65.8 kilometers, 40.8 miles. We're almost at the end of the road here as we get ready for race time. Week 28. So, how did this week go? Um, Coming out of the previous recovery week, I still felt pretty sore in my calves, Achilles, really kind of just below the knee in general. A lot of tightness. I think it's just starting to kind of build up with all the additional trail runs. And I felt like the 56K from a few weeks ago really kind of beat me up. I still don't feel 100% recovered in terms of kind of wear and tear. So the week kind of started with the first few runs coming out super easy. Even then, it was still like a little bit of a struggle. Got the 10 miler in, as well as a 10K in. Everything seemed to be going as good as you could expect. When we rolled into Thursday, weather turned really bad. Ended up with massive thunderstorms, and I'm not against running in the rain. Even a couple of these runs during this training camp, we did over 30 kilometers in the rain. But once the thunder starts coming in, it gets a little bit ridiculous. So I ended up losing the Thursday run. And with the long run on Saturday and still not feeling 100%, it didn't make sense to try to squeeze it in on Friday, because then you're just like kind of burning your overall capacity for your long run, which is kind of your cornerstone. So how'd the long run go? When we headed into Saturday, was feeling pretty tender, but overall it was a beautiful day out there. Wasn't super hot, was just nice, and kind of just went through the paces. I ended up cutting this one short. It was supposed to be going about 22 miles, and you're kind of, you're like, how much should I push versus, things kind of hurt and aren't 100% recovered. And I got in and around the 30K mark. I was like, let's just call it and try to be safe. We got one more week. It's not the time to kind of like overextend right at the end and potentially take on some additional injury risk. So yeah, we called it at 30K. Felt pretty okay out there, but still not 100%. Heading into this timed run on Sunday, just couldn't win this week. About 40 minutes in, and the dark clouds roll in. Of course, a few more minutes later, the rain starts and the thunder starts cracking. So what was supposed to be a 2-hour run essentially kind of got cut right at the halfway point, and pretty much suffered with storms for the remainder of the evening. So this really kind of screwed me in mileage. I lost a 10 mile, or sorry, not a 10 mile, lost an 8-mile run, as well as an additional hour off this one. Probably 14 miles off the week, cut another 4 off the long run. So down almost 18 miles to plan. Doesn't feel good on what's supposed to be one of your last 2 builder weeks for the training camp. I don't know. I have a feeling I might look back on this one, and I'm either going to be like, you were smart to kind of dial it back, or I might have some regrets. Not 100% sure. So yeah, this brings us into week 25, last training week. Numbers are still pretty aggressive: 10 miles, 6 mile, 8 mile to get the week started off with, 26 miles for the weekend. 3 hours, 30 minutes, timed run on the Sunday. That's obviously the plan. What's going to happen? I have some doubts. If I'm going to hit that full mileage rate on. I feel like I can get through the week runs pretty close to plan, but we're going to have to just see how these calves are feeling. Really stretching things out, getting a lot of cold treatments in now too with the ice bucket, seeing what I can do to kind of bring things under control, because after this week we're going straight into the taper. Probably going to spend some time on the bike and just try to do some non-strenuous cardio to kind of let things recover as we kind of head in there. Not 100% sure on what the recovery, but it's all kind of related to kind of how the body's feeling at the end of the day. But yeah, we're almost there. One more week. 5 runs on the plan. You know, this is where you lose it or you get it, I guess. All the chips are on the table, but hopefully your training runs are going well. And if you're doing the Squamish deal, it's close. It's really close. But yeah, I will catch you guys later. Bye.